Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing a reading for the new moon in Capricorn today. So as I always say at the beginning, thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos and subscribes to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, see the info in the description box below the video. So the new moon in Capricorn is on Thursday, the 11th of January. I know in the last full moon full moon in Cancer video, I had some issue where I kept on getting my dates mixed up, and yeah, it wasn't just in the videos, it was actually in my everyday life, which is strange because I heavily use calendars and diaries, so I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, it is definitely on Thursday, the 11th of January in the UK. I've got a moon diary and I will have a look at it again just to make sure. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, these are the decks we're going to be using for the reading today. So as I've been doing recently, I mean, although actually I did use the Moonology deck in the last batch of pick a card readings, but I'm going to be reading the new moon in Capricorn message from the deck first of all. So we'll start off with that, and I'll get some collective messages with a few tarot cards to go with that as well, and then I'll do time-stamped individual messages for each zodiac sign. So let's move these out of the way first of all. And let's put this here in the middle so we know what we're focusing on. So this is the new moon in Capricorn card. It says your hard work is paying off. And hopefully that is not blurred because my screen is a bit fuzzy at the minute, so it's hard to tell what's going on. I think sometimes when it's cold, it gets affected. Right, I think that's okay. So yeah, so I'm going to read this message first of all, and then as I say, we'll get into a bit of tarot for some collective messages. So it says, so this is just to give us an idea of some of the possible themes that can come up around a new moon in Capricorn. So it may be something that we can be aware of, pay attention to. You might consider it as guidance, or something that's you might have an intention that you want to set, and this might be beneficial to helping you set those intentions for anything new. We did have the last full moon was in Cancer, so full moons are an opportunity to release. So there may have been some things around that full moon in Cancer, and it would usually be emotional related stuff or stuff to do with home, family, that you may have released, and that may have cleared the decks for you to set new intentions and new goals with the new moon in Capricorn. But anyway, the message says, first and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years' time. That will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. And the Attune to the Moon message says, make a proper plan and execute it well. Additional meanings for the card are, you need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. And the teaching says, Capricorn is the sign of ambition, building and hard work. The energy is solid and rigid. The new moon in Capricorn is a powerful lunation that comes toward the end of each year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions and intentions for the year ahead. Pulling this card at any time suggests that with planning and discipline, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. So I know it says here it's usually the end of each year. Obviously this year it's the beginning, so the new moon is at the beginning. But yeah, so it talks about a new plan and strategy, so that could be very important. And it's not just work, is it? Because not everybody's long-term plans and goals are about work. It can be about anything. It can be about your family life, your social life. You might have creative stuff going on. You might be on a spiritual journey, and the long-term plans you want to make are around that. It could be a bunch of different things. It doesn't always have to be about work. It's just whatever you're going to put your energy, focus on, put your effort into and work hard at, whatever that is. It could even be for someone, it could be something like learning to drive, like you just started to learn or you want to learn to drive, and it's like, right, in 12 months, I want to be able to drive. So it could be anything. So I was getting some messages yesterday, not related to the cards, to be honest, around identity. And I thought I'd just share that because it was just thoughts I was having, but I was sort of thinking about planning to do the reading today as well. And I thought, I wonder if this is relevant with the, because I forgot, I knew there was a new moon, but I forgot it was in Capricorn until I checked my moon diary. And then I was like, oh, actually, this might relate to the Capricorn stuff. So I was just thinking a lot about identity. I've spoken recently, I think I've mentioned it in readings about having issues around work and my identity and how that connects. And it's just interesting thinking about that because it made me question, what is my identity? What does identity even mean? And does your identity define you? And I guess you did, like, generally and psychologically, people would say yes, your identity does define you. Because what is identity? If you look up the definitions, it relates to your traits, preferences, your background, your beliefs. I mean, your identity is who you are, but that can change, can't it? And then it just led me to questions like, why do we need the labels to define us? I mean, obviously, we need to be aware of who we are because you don't want to walk around sort of confused all the time. But you know, it made me think: is identity? It's more about something. It's to help us relate to others and to have sort of points of reference. I mean, as I said, we do need to be aware of who we are, but can it get to the point of there being too much pressure to define who you are, and then how do you do that as well? I mean, as I say, pressure to define yourself instead of just being and sort of that flow of evolving. Although I know sometimes evolving isn't a flow, especially with when life gets tough and like spiritual awakenings and stuff, it doesn't really feel like a flow, but it is a constant. I don't know if the right word is flow, but I can't think of it. But evolving is constant, isn't it? You're constantly changing. So I guess that would mean, does that mean your identity is constantly changing? But yeah, that pressure, when you have the pressure to define yourself, it's like, well, then what are you using? What are you using to define yourself? Is it your preferences? Is it the things that you do? You know, is it the people that are around you, your environment? What is it? What is it that you consider to be your identity? And then, as I say, I thought about the connection to Capricorn as well, because Capricorn can be, some of the things it's associated with are status, public image, accomplishments, legacy. You know, and I thought, do these things define us? And for myself, I just had to sort of question, well, I think I've come to the conclusion now that, well, I don't want my job to define me. Like, even tarot, I absolutely love tarot, but I don't want that to define me. There's more to me than tarot. And then imagine if you put all your hopes and dreams into one thing, but you evolve out of that. You know what I mean? Then what's left? You're still a person. You still have an identity, wouldn't you? If you feel that identity is real and not an illusion, if you want to get that deep about it. But yeah, it made me question all of those things, and then even things relating to legacy, because Capricorn can be related to legacy as well. Do things like image, our work, etc. Those are legacy, or is our presence just enough? I'd like to think that my presence of being alive and just the interactions I've had with people and all of the random things I've done are enough to be a legacy. Do I have to have done something very specific about that? So it's quite interesting. And I mean, with Capricorn as well, so you've got I would say, if we the easiest way I can think of describing is the higher vibe and the lower vibe of Capricorn. You can use different ways to describe it if you want. I can't think of any other ways to put it, but obviously, like the higher vibe, things relating to Capricorn, they're organized, or Capricorn energy, should I say. There's a lot of respect there, hardworking, considerate, mature is something that comes to mind when you think of Capricorns. But then obviously the shadow side, it can be like there's too much focus on status. There's perfectionism that can come into things. There can be being highly critical of yourself and others. The ego can come into things, where the ego gets out of hand as well. And then to me, that relates to identity as well, because the ego and identity are very connected. So yeah, I mean, I think with this Capricorn full moon and long-term things and legacy, I think we do need to think about what's important to us. But yeah, it's interesting thinking about what defines us, what's our identity, and is our presence enough? I feel that my presence is enough. But anyway, let's get some cards, because I know I have talked for quite a while now. So let's put this here, put that there, and we'll get some tarot cards and see what comes up. So am I getting an oracle card as well, or do I just want to get tarot? I'll just get tarot for this. So I'm using the Beautiful Creatures deck, which I don't use that often. Probably mainly because it's a huge slippery deck and it's awkward to use. But no, it's a good deck. It's a lovely deck. But let's see what comes out. So collective messages. As I say, just things that we can consider, be aware of. It might be guidance. If you want to set intentions for the new moon, it might help. Right, we've got clarity. Okay, I like that. I mean, it did mention in the Moonology book about getting clear about what you want long term. So let's see what else comes out. If I can actually get the cards out. Right, we've got 5 of Swords there. And we will get one more. If it will come out. So just, okay, great. And then you have the Chariot motion. Okay. So if you've had, I would say in particular, a rough year or just a difficult time and you felt like things have gotten you down or you've had trouble succeeding in whatever it is you want to succeed in, it is a time, I mean, it's a new moon, as we've said, it is a time to get very clear on either how you can overcome particular challenges or what direction you want to go in now, as a very simple message, which it just relates to the Capricorn new moon, you know, strategy, new ideas and strategy. I think strategy is the key word for this, isn't it? To help you choose your direction or move in the right direction and have that emotion. So yeah, that is a very simple message. I don't know if I was expecting something more complicated than that, but that's the collective message. So I'll leave that there. And yeah, we are going to get into the individual messages now. So welcome back, Aries. We're going to get into your individual message for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. So again, this could be just anything that you need to be aware of or pay attention to. You might want to consider it as guidance, or you may want to consider it as something you can use to set intentions for the new moon as well if you have any new goals. Strategy was the key word with the collective message. So let's see what comes up. We're going to get a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck for you, first of all. And then we'll get some tarot cards out, if the cards will actually come out of the deck. Right, so we're going to take the one that's upright. I'm going to leave the others. I mean, if they'd been upright, I would have taken them, but they're not. So you have Magic Circle, Protection, and I'll get you some tarot cards as well. There's just one that's fallen on the floor. So I'll get you tarot cards. I will read this message. They're not excessively long, and then we'll see what comes out for you. So what else does Aries need to know about this protection card for the new moon? I don't know why the first thing that's come into mind is about protecting your plans. Protecting your plans, if you have any specific plans. I don't know if you've had issues where people haven't been supportive of your plans, or they've tried to steal your ideas even, or you've suspected that people want to steal your ideas, or you've just, yeah, as I say, not had much support. Let's see what comes up with the tarot for you. What else does Aries need to know? And these messages are for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, by the way. So you may want to check your other, if your Sun, Moon and Rising sign is a different sign to Aries, you may want to check that too. So first of all, you have Bravery. Okay, just bear with me. Just going to pause for a second. So you have Bravery. That's interesting with that protection card, because that can speak of having to stand up for something, can't it? Whoa, okay. And I was talking about protecting your ideas. You've got the 5 of Wands there, which they refer to it as rivalry, which it can be, can't it? the Five of Wands competition, like in the workplace in particular, it can be a card of competition. It's a very defensive, protective energy, just from the tarot alone, isn't it? Let's get one more for you. And we also have, we've got Knight of Wands, desires, I like this. The High Priestess, inner wisdom. Okay. So yeah, if you have any ideas or plans that you wanting to move forward with, whatever, you may have a particular desire, a hope, a dream, there is an energy of needing to protect that. Let me get into the book. Actually, I forgot to do that, although the message is pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? So we're looking at Magic Circle. So it says, the main message says, Magic Circle appears when caution is advised. The message comes as a warning for someone is being untrue. Don't be fooled by appearances or sly words that are formed to lure you in. Withdraw before it is too late. Protection is your greatest ally and calls you to take preventative measures to ensure safety. It is a witch's responsibility to put protection in place whenever magical work is performed. In fact, it is good practice to protect yourself every day, whether you are consciously working with spirit or not. Drawing a circle around you, whether physically, with salt or chalk, or in the mind's eye, is a strong form of protection. It can protect you against unwanted energies directed by other people, such as psychic attacks, negative thought forms, and from locations such as old buildings. You are not in immediate danger right now, but need to be in a place of awareness to take necessary steps of prevention. The Witch's Foresight says, improve your protection. Intense focus and intention are needed when concentrating on protection. Keep thoughts and ideas to yourself. Do not trust simply on face value. Learn and practice through protection techniques. You are protected from all harm. So I'm just going to read this here. For anyone that is into kind of witchy stuff, it might be useful. It says, first, remove all negative energies in the room by scattering salt, water, or specially prepared incense or herbs. Once prepared, mark the circle using sea salt, then using your athame, wand, or power finger, cast your magical circle around your diasil, sunwise, reciting your incantation of power and protection in order to banish all unwanted energies. I had quite a few messages coming in with that message, with that card while I was reading it, and I'm not going to remember all of them now. So as I said, protect your ideas. That's one thing. Make sure you I feel like saying make sure you're able to back yourself up or back things up, and I'm not 100% sure what that may mean. Like legal, it could be legally. Like make sure you've got evidence of things. Like it could even be something as simple as backing up your, I don't know, data on a computer or something. Be careful of people who are fraudsters on the internet, you know, like spyware and stuff like that. Like be careful with stuff like that on computers. Like have protection on your computer and your devices. There's just a few different things coming in. As I said, make sure you've got evidence to back yourself up. I'm not 100% sure how that, you know, what specifically. I mean, obviously you'll know. Trust your gut feelings as well. With that inner wisdom card, if you've got doubts about something, trust your feelings. I don't know why I'm thinking about something with a landlord. If there's something with a landlord that somebody might need to be able to back themselves up there as well. That comes to mind. Let me just have another look in the book, because there was something else coming through, and I can't, as I say, I should have just said it as I was in between. I didn't want to sort of disturb the message from the book, but I had a bunch of different things. In terms of your home as well, I mean, I'm about to renew home insurance because my policy is running out. So there might be something there like home insurance, car insurance, things like that come to mind as well. Trying to see what else there is. If you, as I think I've already said it, if you feel there are people you can't trust around you, be very careful and sort of keep an eye out with that. But as I say, one of the main things that came in was any hopes, dreams, desires you have. You may really need to stand up for that and protect it, and sort of not let anyone, I mean, yeah, Aries energy typically is just not going to let anybody mess with their head, are they? For the most part, but obviously we're all human and we do have times when doubts kick in. But yeah, I don't think, is there anything else I have to add to that? Nope. You may just want to set intentions in terms of standing strong. What is it? The courage of your convictions, that type of energy. Setting new intentions there to have the sort of strength to see things through and to stand up for what you want and what you believe in. And again, the intentions of protection as well. Protecting your home, your resources, yourself even, those sorts of things. So I will leave your message there. It's a bit of a strange one. I don't know what I was expecting, but there you go. Thank you, Aries. Welcome back, Taurus. These messages are for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we're going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck, first of all. And as I said, these messages, you can consider it as something to be aware of or pay attention to, guidance, or just something that will help you if you're setting any specific intentions for the new moon in Capricorn. And as I said in the main reading, strategy seems to be the key here, but let's see what comes out for you. Messages for Taurus, please. You know, I'm going to take this one because of the way it's fallen over. I like that intention over the Taurus card. That felt right. So you have one intention. So we'll put that there. And I'm going to get you some tarot cards, and then I will read this message. It's not exceptionally long. So what else does Taurus need to know about this intention card? What does it relate to? Anything specific? Anything specific for Taurus? We have two. Okay, you might be needing to get clear about your intentions if you're not already clear for a start. I mean, obviously I did say strategy, so what is actually causing you confusion? Ooh, okay. Two of Cups, possibly a relationship. Anything else? Right, I feel those need to be upright, so we're gonna have 20. Okay, Judgment and the Six of Pentacles. All right, let me read the intention message. I do have a few thoughts on this. So let's have a look at this. So wand intention, it says, so the main message says, you're making things too difficult. Instead of looking at what everyone else is doing, hone your own talents. There's no point in comparing yourself to others and worrying that you aren't as good. The path you walk is yours alone. The intentions in your heart and mind lead the way. Wave your wand and allow the magic to unveil the criticism that cloaks your senses. Let magic shower over you and see through the eyes of the wisdom keeper. The ability to concentrate fully on your intention without interruption is the single most important faculty a witch can achieve in order to assure the intended magical outcome. Practice this art so that you can use your wand with the utmost clear intention and focused concentration. By doing so, you will eventually find that most of your magical work is completed before you even begin. Decide what it is you really want, make your intentions clear, focus on your visions, practice concentration, make a decision and focus on the outcome you desire. Craft your own wand, use intentions with harm to none. Beware of the intentions of others. Right, so quite a few messages coming through. Hopefully I can remember them because I struggled with Aries while I was reading it. So first of all, relationship. There may be a relationship here where, I mean, you've got the Judgment card, which they call opportunity. Okay. So yeah, for some, it could be a second chance in a relationship, whether it's an established relationship already and you've had a hiccup of some sort and it's kind of deciding if you want to stick with it, give it another go. It could be a brand new one, a brand new relationship, because second chances, it's not always with the same person or the same thing. So with the Six of Pentacles, generosity, I think one of the things you would consider is, well, first of all, if you want to give to it, and second of all, if it's going to be equal give and take. I mean, if it was an already established relationship and it's about giving it a second go, or someone you have a history with, you may be considering, if it wasn't balanced before, is it going to be balanced now? So as I said, there's the relationship aspect of things. You might be confused about that. You may be wanting, you may have an opportunity to do something, but there may be someone in your life, not necessarily romantic, that is kind of distracting you from that or creating confusion for you, where it makes you a bit uncertain about whether or not to pursue the opportunity. What else was coming in with that? See, it's really hard to remember unless you say it straight away. Oh, the comparisons with others. You may have the chance to do something or to do something again with the Judgment card, but there may be you may compare yourself to others, and as the book said, you might be confused because you feel like you're not good enough. You don't know if you have enough to give. With that Six of Pentacles being there, you may not feel you have enough to give, or if you'll get a return on your investment even. And it doesn't necessarily mean financially, but like whatever you put your effort in, is it gonna be balanced? Are you gonna get something as valuable back? So yeah, overall, it is just about becoming clear on what you want, what your expectations are, what you have to give. And being fair to yourself is something that comes to mind as well. Give yourself a fair chance, and be kind to yourself and become compassionate to yourself as well in whatever comes up here. So, okay, I think I'll leave your message there. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Taurus. Welcome back, Gemini. So these messages are for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As I said, so the messages are for the full new moon in Capricorn. I nearly said full moon, then new moon in Capricorn, Thursday, the 11th of January. And the message may be just something you want to be aware of or pay attention to. You consider it as guidance, or it may be something that you might consider using to help you set intentions for the new moon in Capricorn. And I said that strategy was the key, seemed to be the key theme with the collective message. So what do we need to know for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for, there we go, you've got 2 new moon in Capricorn. You have Spirit Initiation and Lithia Intensification. So yeah, I'm going to read both. They're not excessively long, these messages. I was only planning on reading one for each sign, like even if an additional card came out, but this, yeah, looks like it could be really important. So let's read both. Actually, let me get you tarot cards first of all. And then, yeah, I don't know, the first thought that comes to mind is whatever you have begun or sort of just got yourself into, there's developments. I'll say that there's developments possibly, but let's see what the tarot says about it. So what else does Gemini need to know about the oracle cards that have come out? So it might be about needing to take things to the next level, or with the High Priestess, they're knowing what to do to take things to the next level, possibly. Anything else? What else does Gemini need to know? 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be feeling a little bit stuck, possibly, and not sure how to progress. Let's see what comes out. So we have the Temperance card, moderation, and we have the Page of Wands, venture. So that Page of Wands energy is kind of like initiation type energy, isn't it, really? But let's see what it says in the book for you. So first of all, Spirit, if I can find it. Right, Spirit Initiation, it says, the element of spirit is supreme. It is the unmanifest universe. Spirit contains the substance of all that exists. Take a moment to look at where and how your connection with spirit lies most strongly. You might feel a powerful connection through the gathering of people, and so joining and being part of a coven could help strengthen your link. Perhaps you feel a oneness with spirit as you look up to the stars and feel the magic of the night sky. Or maybe it's being solitary and alone in nature, in welcoming spirit through the presence of animals and the variety of plants and trees that surround you. No way is the wrong way, for it is your relationship with spirit that is the most important of all. Initiation offers to assist you in making a commitment to walk your true path and honor spirit in whichever way you are naturally led. The Witch's Foresight says, make a commitment, don't worry about what others are doing, be true to your natural self. Seek out a coven in your area. If you prefer to work alone, do so. You are ready and being called to be initiated into the craft. Acknowledge spirit in all that you perceive. So obviously the coven part will probably not relate to everybody yet. There may be someone here who is into that, into covens. Then there may be something here that's very much, that's part of someone's spiritual journey as well. And you know, going further along in that, you have got the higher priestess. I don't know why I said that, but that might be relevant to somebody, higher priestess, and that not necessarily in a literal sense, but in a metaphorical sense. Like you might be, as I said, leveling up spiritually, possibly in some way, shape, or form. You know, like maybe you've been trying to figure a lot of stuff out on your own or follow your spiritual path on your own, and you're kind of like ready to put yourself out there in some groups now, into spiritual groups, whether it is literally a coven or other spiritual groups. It may not be spiritual, it could just be something that you're getting involved in, and you are wanting to connect with others maybe, and wanting more support possibly. Let's look at this message here as well, the intensification message, and see what that speaks of. So it says, the intensification of the full sun at Litha, I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? Shines upon you as you step up to the next level. This is a time of focus, development, and determination as you gain strength and reclaim your inner resolve. Dare to explore every avenue before you and do the unexpected. A new gateway has opened, and you may find that you leave others behind as your unwavering dedication leads you away. Fear not, for the light of the sun will highlight the path of unfamiliar territory and borrow, if you will, sorry, that was a weird sentence, and borrow, if you will, the sun's strength and warmth as you embrace these times of study, focus, and concentration. Diversions may tempt you along the way. You may feel blind for a while as you stumble upon the unknown, but try to remember that these are merely tests of your commitment. The sun gods shine favorably on you and remind you that the answer to prayer and the outcome of spells happen in mysterious ways. Trust the great mystery. And it says, what you have been waiting for comes into fruition during the summer months. Shine brightly, don't give away your personal power, move forward fearlessly, call on the strength of the sun gods to break through. So again, that was that leveling, did I say level up specifically, or reaching the next level, that energy there that comes to mind. Let's just have a look at the cards here. I mean, I did say there might be a bit of a little bit of a stuck in, I know they call it greed here, the Four of Pentacles, but well, let's not say stuck, but reluctance to kind of move to the next level or step out of a comfort zone or something. I mean, you've got the page, I mean, I'm particularly looking at that Four of Pentacles and then the Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is where you're willing to go and explore. So going further on your path, going in a slightly different direction, choosing new things, that comes to mind. You may be trying to kind of consult your intuition. There may even be doubts with your intuition, possibly in doing this. I mean, with the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess, for me, that could be where you kind of, your intuition might be telling you to try something new or try a different direction or a new strategy even, but you're kind of a bit reluctant because you're in a bit of a comfort zone. You've got the Temperance card here. It feels like it almost feels like that Temperance card is saying it's safe to step out of your comfort zone, whatever that is for you. And I don't know if anybody's worried that, how would I even put this? Sort of, I guess the only way I can say is to compare it to something that I've experienced before, where when I was one of the many times, well, I am very much into spiritual stuff anyway, but there were certain times where I'd gotten involved in spiritual communities and stuff like that, where I kind of lost myself in it, if that makes sense. Because I was so heavily involved in that and taking in a lot of information and, you know, engaging with a lot of different people, it got to the point, and I feel like I've probably said this before, well, I've definitely said it in readings, it may have been in a Gemini reading, where I got to a point where I was like, I don't even know if these are my thoughts anymore and opinions, or if I've just absorbed so much outside of me that that I'm just regurgitating what I've picked up. So I don't know if anybody has a fear of that, if they're kind of keeping to themselves and they feel like if they explore further and engage with others more, that they might end up losing themselves a little bit here. But it's like, it's kind of a safety. It's warning you that you're safe to go out, and you can still sort of protect yourself, and think for yourself even, and explore further as well. So I think I'd say, in terms of the safety, it's as long as you know who you are, and going back to that whole identity thing again now, as long as you know who you are and you tapped into that, then, you know, there's it's safe. It's safe to step out and allow yourself to kind of level up. I'll leave your message there, Gemini. Thank you for watching. Take care. Welcome back, Cancerians. The messages are for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. So for the new moon in Capricorn, Thursday the 11th of January, we're going to start off with a message, an oracle message from the Witch's Wisdom deck first of all. And as I said, with these messages, you can consider it as something to be aware of or pay attention to. You might consider it as guidance, or it can even be considered something that's helpful to, if you want to set intentions for the new moon in Capricorn. And as I said in the intro, strategy seemed to be one of the key words overall, or key themes overall. But let's see what you get, Cancerians, for this new moon in Capricorn. Right, I will just take this one. So you have Watchtower of the South, Summer, and we'll get you some tarot cards, and I'll read this message from the book as well. I'm just trying to get the cards back in the deck because they've all twisted up in a weird way. Okay, that's fine. So what else do Cancerians need to know for this new moon? What else do we need to know about this card? Well, you can have that one, and I'll put these back in the deck and get you a couple more. So you've got the Four of Wands, Unity. And I mean, Cancer is associated with things relating to home. The Four of Wands can be connected to home as well. As I said in the intro, the last full moon was in Cancer, and that's where you release and hopefully sort of clear the decks for the new moon, so that you can set new intentions. But let's see what else comes up here. We have, oh my God, why are you getting all Cancerian related cards? The moon concealment. This happens quite a lot, actually. I think when I do Cancerian readings, you get Cancer themed cards. I think it happens for Pisces as well, unless I'm imagining things. Let's get one more for Cancer, please. And I actually can't, with these Watchtower of the North, South, East, West, I can never remember what they mean. So yeah, I can't comment on it until the book. I look in the book. It's not a deck that I use that as often as I used to, so yeah. Right, we've got the Page of Pentacles, reliability. So let's look in the book, and then we will establish what all of this is about. Right, so this says Watchtower of the South. I was just looking at the cards, that's why I took a pause then. Calling upon the guardians and gatekeepers of the South. The season of summer brings you love as it works in conjunction with the element of fire. By visiting the Watchtower of the South, you are being assisted in awakening your Kundalini energy through lust, attraction and desire. Strength and power fuels the motivating life force energy that ignites your inner flame. The South will accompany you as you walk your path with vitality and vigor. Connect with the mother aspect of the triple goddess and the father god who brings everything you've worked hard for. Your work is done. Time to have fun and enjoy the abundance that summer bestows upon you. The color red represents the element of fire and should be used in accordance with your magical workings at the time of noon. Summer breathes renewed passion into your association with the card that flanks this one. The Witch's Foresight says, an old flame turns up, romance is rekindled, new passion is breathed into a relationship. You are seeing the fruits of your labor. Your hard work has paid off. Enjoy the rewards. You have attracted the energy of abundance. Draw down the sun. I was actually going to say at the beginning, there might be doubts about trusting someone. I mean, I didn't remember that there was a relationship element in there, to be honest, because as I said, I never remember what's in these. That was an initial thought about if you trust someone, but let's have another look again. And it's not just necessarily romantic that can apply to. It can be anyone, like say if you've got a family member that you haven't seen in a while, or you've had issues with them and then they turned up back in your life, you might be thinking, I don't know, are you up to something again? So that's something that comes to mind. Okay, let's have a look at the cards and see what else I'm getting from that. It might be a time as well for some where, so the trust thing is, that still stands. There might be somebody that there might be a bit of trust issues if someone is in your life or coming back in your life. There might be something here as well that seems like it's completely unrelated to this, but it's what I'm getting from the tarot cards, where if you've spent a lot of time at home, which is not unusual for winter, which is in the UK, or you've very much been focused on your home life, it's all been about your home life. You might want to explore some new things. You might have plans that you want to do new things. You might want to take up some new hobbies. I mean, I guess for some, if you're someone who's been out of work for a while, it's a time where you might be looking for a new job or something, or a new direction in terms of your job. You might be changing your routine in some way, shape or form. But as I know, the Page of Pentacles here is reliability, but for me, a lot of the time, it's about planting a new seed, isn't it? The moon, with that Four of Wands and the moon, when I mentioned home, it's like where you've kind of been in your sanctuary. So if you have kind of been in your sanctuary, it's kind of a time to where you might want to set intentions and have a strategy for kind of stepping out of that and changing things up a little bit, to put yourself out there a little bit more. And it's not even so much about putting yourself out there more, but it's just committing to something new, doing something new, even doing something different. You know, if you felt like your life has been a bit stagnant potentially, or even if you just want a bit of a change in some way, shape or form, it's sort of time to step out of the sanctuary and plant some new seeds, try some different things. So that's your message, Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you for watching. Take care. Welcome back, Leo. So we're going to get a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck first of all. The messages are for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising, again for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday the 11th of January. And just to reiterate again, the messages may give you something to be aware of or pay attention to. You might consider it to be guidance at this time, or something that's beneficial in helping you set intentions for the new moon in Capricorn. And as I said, the main overall sort of a main theme within the collective message for the new moon seemed to be around strategy. But let's see what... Okay, you've got two. Oh God, you've got three. Do I want to take... No, I'm going to try that again. That's quite a lot, to be honest. Just want one message. You still get more than one. Okay, I'm only intending... What? You've got three again? Okay, I'm going to have to try that again because that is quite a lot. If three come out this time, I guess I'm just going to have to stick with the three messages. Just one message for Leo, please. Almost. One message for Leo. Anything at all. There we go. Thank you. So you have, oh, this one again. Cancerians just got this one. Watchtower of the South, Summer. And I still can't remember what it was about. Yeah, actually I can. Because as I was saying to the Cancerians, I don't use this deck as often as I used to. And with the Watchtower of the North, South, East and West, I can never remember what they're about without looking in the book, to be honest. So... But yeah, we just had it, so I do have an idea. Right, let us get your tarot cards. What do we need to know about this Watchtower of the South card? Yes, okay. It's a lot of cards, but yes. So we'll take that one first. I don't know if I can fit all of these on, actually. Yeah, we can, just about. So as you can see, oh, you have one of the same ones that the Cancerians got. You had the moon as well. We've got the Queen of Swords, which they specify is to do with fairness. The Page of Wands, sorry, they refer to it as venture. Queen of Wands, determination. The Nine of Swords, anxiety. And the Moon, concealment. So, I mean, fears here with the anxiety, Nine of Swords card and the Moon. That can be like fears, I'd say hidden fears, with the Moon being there more so. You've got the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands there, so that suggests there's a desire to do something, but there could be fears or hidden. I feel like it's hidden fears, whether it means that you're hiding your fears from other people. So three things. You're either hiding your fears from other people, you're trying to repress the fears, like you're aware of them and you're trying to repress them, or you might just be aware of them anyway. Although actually no, it's because it's the moon. It suggests that things are hidden and suppressed. Okay, so yeah, I'll stick to what I've said. Hiding them from others, you're trying to suppress your fears, or there's a fear that you haven't quite identified or recognized yet. And you know what's coming to mind with this hidden fears thing? For anybody that's watched Charmed, the original Charmed, not the new one. I'm not knocking the new one, I haven't seen it, but I just wasn't really interested. I liked the old one, so yeah, I wasn't that fussed about watching the new one. It reminds me of an episode where, God, what was it? There was some sort of demon or something that could pick up on people's deepest fears, and it killed them through their fears, and their hair went white. Like when they died, their hair went white. And I can't remember who it was now. One of the charm sister claimed that their biggest fear, I don't know if it was it Phoebe or Prue, claimed that their biggest fear was, and I'm probably going to get this wrong because it was ages ago, like years, decade even ago that I've watched this episode. I don't know if they claimed that their biggest fear was being stuck in an elevator or something. They said that was their fear, but their true fear that they didn't admit to was that it was losing their sister, like their sister dying. And it's just making me think of that, not like in a literal sense of anybody dying or anything like that, but just where you might say, oh, well, this is what I'm scared of, but really it's something else or something deeper than that comes to mind. But as I say, like there's a desire here for something, potentially to choose a particular path with that Page of Wands. I mean, the Page of Wands in general, it's just the desire to explore, it's inspiration. The Queen of Wands, it's pure desire and a want for something. You've got the Queen of Swords there. It may be telling you to get to the root of what a fear, if you have a particular fear in pursuing something or wanting something and there's fear around that, identifying what that is with the Queen of Swords, that's what's coming to mind here. So a strategy, part of your intentions or strategy for you at this time, and I haven't even read that message yet, might be around identifying any hidden fears or even admitting them if you need to admit them so that you can get support with that. And then that will help you to progress in whatever it is you desire. Let's actually read this message now because, yeah. So Watchtower of the South, if I can find it. It says, calling upon the guardians and gatekeepers of the South, the season of summer brings you love as it works in conjunction with the element of fire. By visiting the Watchtower of the South, you are being assisted in awakening your Kundalini energy through lust, attraction, and desire. That's Queen of Wands energy, isn't it? Strength and power fuels the motivating life force energy that ignites your inner flame. The South will accompany you as you walk your path with vitality and vigor. Connect with the mother aspect of the triple goddess and the father god who brings everything you've worked hard for. Your work is done. Time to have fun and enjoy the abundance that summer bestows upon you. The colour red represents the element of fire and should be used in accordance with your magical workings at the time of noon. Summer breathes renewed passion into your association with the card that flanks this one. The Witch's Foresight says, an old flame turns up, romance is rekindled, new passion is breathed into a relationship. You are seeing the fruits of your labour. Your hard work has paid off. Enjoy the rewards. You have attracted the energy of abundance. Draw down the sun. So as I say, for me, you've got that message with the oracle cards. But for me, obviously we can see the fire energy here with the desire for something, passion even, but as I say, it feels like there's fears around it. So what could that be for some? If there's a relationship, there might be fears in a relationship. It did mention romance here. I really need to say these messages while I'm reading the book, because I'm thinking things, and then as soon as I have to say it after reading the message, I forget. Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone. I'm gonna have to remember to say it when as soon as it comes up, otherwise I'm gonna forget. Oh, fear of failure came to mind as well. There may be fear of failure in something too. But as I said, part of the strategy, if you can identify what the real fear is, if there are fears, or address it or acknowledge it or reveal it, share it, whatever, that might help you along. But I will leave your message there, Leo. Thank you for watching. So welcome back, Virgo. I'm going to begin with a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle Cards deck. So the messages are for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. So these messages may be something that you just need to be aware of or pay attention to. It might be considered as guidance for you, or you may feel it's something beneficial that can help you to set intentions with the new moon in Capricorn. So let's get this message for you, and the messages are for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. That was really dramatic and quick. So you've got Book of Shadows Secret, and we'll get you some tarot cards to go with that as well. So what else does Virgo, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for the new moon in Capricorn? Strangely, Virgo, and I am a bit curious as to whether the message actually recorded, because the record button was still, yeah, it was doing something weird when I did the last reading, Leo. I was talking about Charmed, the original version of Charmed. I was giving an example in that, and obviously in Charmed, if you've ever watched Charmed, they had a Book of Shadows in there. So it's really funny. I was just talking about that, and then this comes up. So we'll put those there. Let's just get you one more card. No, that's a mess of, okay, we will keep that one since it was upright. We'll get rid of those. Right, wow, okay, we have got the Lovers, which they refer to as ultimatum, the Three of Wands, patience, and the One of Cups, which is the Ace of Cups, fondness. So does anyone have secret feelings for someone here, or someone has secret feelings for you? That's like the first thing that comes to mind. But let's read the message from the book first of all. Right, so from the Book of Shadows Secret, that's, yeah, funny that I was talking about that. Right, Book of Shadows, it says, the knowledge you possess runs deeper than you think. You have the information you need to move forward. Allow the answers to shine forth, and you will gain all the knowledge you need to help you on your journey. You are the wise one, the wisdom keeper, and the Book of Shadows opens its pages to you as an invitation. You must document the secrets that you hold in your heart. Your thoughts, dreams, and ideas will flow as you unlock every intimate detail, wow, as you put quill to parchment. Your wise words are the key to unlocking that which has been preventing you from walking your true path in its fullest capacity. This Book of Shadows is all you can trust at this time. It shall hold only that which is your truth, including your magical name, never to share with others. The Witch's Foresight says, play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your Book of Shadows. Trust in it. There's a couple of things coming up, and I keep saying I need to remember to say the messages as they come out, because I'll forget them. So as I said initially, there could potentially be someone harboring secrets. I don't know why I'm just getting this thing about someone writing about it in a diary or something, or there's even the possibility of a love letter here for someone, or someone's writing a love letter. Whether you send it or not, that's another story, or love messages. I don't know why I'm getting the thought about somebody writing a romantic novel as well. That is coming to mind here for some reason. Let's see. There is something here, because the Three of Wands for me can be a card of manifestation, where part of somebody's manifestation technique might be journaling, or it could be a strategy that might be beneficial to you. As I said in, I can't remember which reading I said it in, I've done so many. It was probably could have been one of the monthlies or one of the pick a card readings. I was talking about manifestation, about needing to, the importance of having, of molding the techniques to suit us. Like it's sometimes when we blindly follow other people's methods, rules, etc., it's a bit of a waste of energy if we don't genuinely believe in it. And it's like, rather than trying to force ourselves to believe in their method or do it their way, it's like, well, hang on a minute, what can I learn from them and then adapt it to suit me? Yeah, so I don't know why that came to mind, but anyway, yeah, so somebody's manifestation technique could involve writing, journaling. I know that, so what's her name again? West Indie Ray. She's got a YouTube channel, but hers is actually more connected to hair care, like locks and stuff like that. But she speaks of manifestation, and she's married now. And she said that she feels that she manifested her husband through journaling. They've been together for a long time, but yeah, she feels that she manifested her husband through journaling. So I don't know if that's helpful to anyone. Her name is West Indie Ray, if you ever want to look at her channel. Not affiliated in any way, shape or form, but that came to mind. You may have a bunch of ideas that you've written down to do with something that you want to create, something that you really love, that you want to create, that feels very fulfilling to you, and you want to bring that into fruition. You might have kept it a secret for a while. Another thing that's come into mind with this secret thing now, where it mentioned about someone stealing your ideas, if you do have a book with all your ideas, if you're a songwriter or something, protect that. I'm just thinking again of a program called, is it Champion? Something Champion. It's about is she a rapper or a singer? I think she's a singer, and her brother's a rapper or something. It's it's a UK program that came on. I don't know if it's on Netflix or something now, or on Prime. But she was a songwriter. She's a performer and a songwriter. And at one point, her friend stole her book of songs and released the song. So that came to mind with that as well. If you've got any ideas written down or on computer or something, be careful of protecting those. Is there anything else that comes to mind here? As I said, I think secret ideas, you might want to bring those out into the open. In terms of strategizing, whatever it is that you love, that you feel will be fulfilling, if it's not just writing in itself in general or poetry or something like that, something that might help you as a strategy is to write things down. It might be, you might have talked to people about things before, when you've had plans that you wanted to pursue and felt that that wasn't beneficial for you or not helpful, whether it's that they weren't supportive or weren't interested or whatever, or tried to steal your ideas even. So the journaling thing might be quite useful for you to get all your ideas down on paper and then come up with strategies that way. Can I see anything else here? Still stand by what I said in the beginning as well about someone potentially harboring secret feelings, whether it is to do with a person or a literal person, or there's just something that you love and you're keeping it to yourself. You may even have dreams that you've been waiting a very long time to bring it into fruition, like aspirations, and you've been waiting a very long time to bring it to fruition, and it's like all the feelings are there, but it's kind of like, now's the time to kind of really step up on the action side of things and bring everything out into the open. But I think I will leave your message there, Virgo. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care. So welcome back, Libra. The messages are for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. I'm going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle Cards deck. So as I said in the intro, the messages is something that you may need to be aware of, pay attention to. You might consider it as guidance or something that's beneficial to you in setting, if you want to set intentions for the new moon in Capricorn. And as I said in the collective reading, the little collective message, strategy seems to be a key theme with the new moon in Capricorn. So you've got initiation, spirit initiation. I'm going to get you some tarot cards as well to go with this. So what do Librans, Libra Sun, Moon and Rising need to know for the new moon in Capricorn? That way. So Queen of Cups, intuition. The first thing that comes to mind is that if there's anything you want to start, to begin, your intuition may be very powerful at this time. You know, like sometimes when you're about to do something, or just even just in life in general, you just have this either a massive yes or a massive no in your head when you're about to make a decision or have an opinion on something, and there's like no doubt, it just straight away comes in. So it could be that your intuition is very powerful. It also may need that you need to tap into your intuition more in making a decision or decisions to start something. But I like when that happens, actually, when I'm watching something or I'm going to do something and then it's just an instant nope. Yes. It's good because it's like, especially being a Libra, I know we can be known to be indecisive and to overthink things. I mean, I know I definitely can overthink things big time and it's really annoying. So to have a definitive yes or no straight away and to be very like certain about it as well, it's a blessing. Knowing that I can be so, you know, I don't know if I'm indecisive, but I do definitely overthink things. Anyway, what else do Librans need to know? Right, you have the Six of Wands, victory, but it's in reverse. And you also have the Six of Cups, memories. Right, I do have some thoughts, and I don't know if I should say them because I keep sending the readings. If I don't say what I'm thinking straight away, it just goes out of my head. So maybe I should just say it now. The Six of Wands in reverse, it doesn't feel like a failure to me at this point in time. It feels more like that indecisiveness or the potential for indecisiveness. You know, I said your intuition could be quite strong, or you need to tap into that more to get the direct yeses or nos for situations. So if, as I say, if you were going to start something, there might be some indecision there, and it's a need to really sort of tune everything out and tap into that feelings side of yourself of how do you feel about this? Does it feel like it could be good? Does it make you feel anxious? Not as in anxious, like nervous excitement, as in, oh my God, no, I really don't want to do this. It's making me feel sick to my stomach. With that Six of Cups there being in reverse, for me, that feels like it's where you don't want to go back. Like you don't want to make old mistakes, or even if it's not a mistake, it can just be that, well, I've already done that. I don't really want to do that again. Like, I'm glad I did it in the past, but I don't want to go back. You know, like say if you were, if an ex came back into your life, like the kind of ex though, where there's no bad blood or anything, like they're a nice person, you're cool with them and everything, but it's just like, well, yeah, but I don't really want to get back together with you. Like the connection for me on my side, it's gone. I'm just not feeling it in that way anymore. So that kind of energy. But yeah, intuition, needing to really tap into that. But let's read that message for you, the Spirit Initiation card. So it says, the element of spirit is supreme. It is the unmanifest universe. Spirit contains the substance of all that exists. Take a moment to look at where and how your connection with spirit lies most strongly. You might feel a powerful connection through the gathering of people, and so joining and being a part of a coven could help strengthen your link. Perhaps you feel a oneness with spirit as you look up to the stars and feel the magic of the night sky. Or maybe it's being solitary and alone in nature in welcoming spirit through the presence of animals and the variety of plants and trees that surround you. No way is the wrong way, for it is your relationship with spirit that is the most important of all. Initiation offers to assist you in making a commitment to walk your true path and honor spirit in whichever way you are naturally led. See, that thing about being naturally led, that is intuition, isn't it? Where you are naturally led. And the Witch's Foresight says, make a commitment. Don't worry about what others are doing. Be true to your natural self. That natural self, again, I think I mentioned that quite a lot in the last few batches of readings about doing what feels natural to you, being who you naturally are. It says, seek out a coven in your area. If you prefer to work alone, do so. You are ready and being called to be initiated into the craft. Acknowledge spirit in all that you perceive. So the biggest thing for me, it still stands what I said originally, to be honest, about really tapping into your emotions and your intuition to make decisions, whether even if it is literally about seeking out a coven, or If it's that you have the opportunity to work with others or collaborate with others, really tap into how you feel about that. Does it feel like it feels good, or is there like a big alarm bell in your head saying, don't do it, don't do it, that kind of energy? Because as I say, with that Six of Cups there, it's like you don't want to go back to doing things the way that you've done them before. So your strategy would be, the intuition would help you. I know that strategy is typically a plan, but yeah, your intuition will help with that by the looks of this reading. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, Libra. So welcome back, Scorpio. The messages are for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of Jan. I'm going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom deck. As I said previously, you might want to consider this message as something to be aware of, pay attention to, as guidance, or something that can help you to set intentions if you want to do that for the new moon in Capricorn. That was quick, and it's interesting. It's a water energy card with Scorpio and cleansing, because Scorpio, death, rebirth themes, you know, that's fascinating. I love that. What I was about to say as well is that one of the key themes in the collective message for the new moon in Capricorn, the messages that I gave there, was strategy. Strategy was a key theme. So let's get you some tarot cards and see what you need to know. I mean, water cleansing, it speaks of purification, doesn't it? Right, you've got the One of Swords, which is the Ace of Swords, and I feel that should be upright. So they consider it to be about intellect. You may need to purify in order to become very clear about something, actually. I know they're referring to it as intellect, but for me, it feels like ideas, clarity, possibly. Right, okay, you've got the Hierophant, morals. And you also have the Three of Cups, celebration. You know what? One weird, well, no, it's not weird, but just as like a little side note, side message, mini message, I wonder if someone's getting baptized, whether it is a kid or an adult, just because we've got the cleansing card here. The Hierophant can be like a religious authority, you know, like a priest, or, well, potentially a priest or something like that. And then the Three of Cups, one of the meanings of the Three of Cups is a celebration, and it's water again. So it's almost making me think of somebody getting baptized, or even a child getting baptized. Literally, maybe metaphorically as well, like if you're pursuing a new spiritual path or something like that. That comes to mind with the Ace of Swords being there as well. Like if you've developed new beliefs, even, you know, like if somebody became a born-again Christian or whatever, or decided to join a new religion, and then what's the word? Not indoctrination. I know that can be relevant. I'm not thinking about indoctrination here. Initiation into a new whatever, to be honest, spiritual path or religion or something. Let's read the message from the book for that water cleansing. It just feels like it's starting, because cleansing, it's clearing, isn't it? It's clearing of the old to start anew. So, but that spiritual, religious sort of stuff is feeling quite strong in here. Okay, so it's almost like somebody's becoming very clear about their new path, or wanting a new path, or new beliefs, which would be something that is shared with others and supported with others with that Three of Cups too. So let's look at that water card for you. And this could be in different ways as well. It's not just religious or spiritual, because as I said, it could be metaphorical, like say if you were changing jobs or something like that. I know that's a weird example to give, but yeah, it's almost like cleansing away the old job, because you have a new, you're clear on what you want to do, and you want to follow a new path with new beliefs and a new structure, and it's something that feels more supportive to you. Right, okay, so it says, the element of water has surfaced to help you clean up your act. You have been affected by negative thoughts, doubts and worries. Allow cleansing to wash away any pollution that you are drowning in, and release the emotion that is draining your natural vitality and positive outlook. Water seeks out your sensitivity and asks you to tap into your feelings, for you often become overwhelmed when faced with challenging situations and others' demands. Be aware of the difference between your emotions and those of others. Water can soothe, heal, and help you to go with the flow. Water reminds you to bless this elixir of life before you bathe or drink of it, and to acknowledge your connection to the ebb and flow of the tides and the pull of the moon. Water offers you to dive in and uncover your natural psychic abilities and to enhance prophetic dreams that are ready to emerge. Right, so I'm going to say it before I forget, and I've already forgotten something. And a couple of other things that come to mind with this energy as well. I wonder if somebody's having counselling, like they're starting off the year by having some sort of counselling or therapy to sort of clear out old negative thoughts, patterns, etc., to be able to gain clarity and move forward. If it's not literal like psychological therapy or counseling, it could be that you're paying for some sort of spiritual services to help cleanse you and to like Reiki or something like that, or any other energetic healing work or something. Right, it also says you are empathetic. Your sensitivity is a gift, protect it well. You are experiencing new psychic awareness. Vivid dreams are linked with emotion to be kept in check. Drink more water, spend time by the sea, stop trying to go against the natural flow. So, I mean, it might be beneficial for someone to go by bodies of water if you are an empath, or if you're not and you just want to feel. I mean, I've done that before where I have been, when I've sort of felt stressed and stuff, being around like a stream or whatever can sort of help to sort of calm you down a bit. But yeah, just what I originally said. I don't know if there's a metaphorical baptism or literal baptism or something, or cleansing, or in sort of an initiation into a new path and new beliefs, and it involves cleansing the old to go into the new. But that is your message. It's part of, I would say that's part of your strategy, is the cleansing is part of the strategy so that you can move forward and become clearer. But I will leave your message there, Scorpio. Thank you for watching. So welcome back, Sagittarius. These messages are for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, for the new moon in Capricorn on a Thursday, the 11th of January. So as I said in the intro, the messages may be something that you need to be aware of or give attention to. It might be guidance for you, or it may be something useful that can help you to set intentions if you want to do that for the new moon in Capricorn. And as I said in the collective messages, that one of the key themes here seems to be, for everyone, seems to be about strategy. In terms of your long-term plans. But let's see what messages. All right, very aggressively. You've got ancestors, remembrance. I have thoughts, but I don't know if I should just wait on something to go. Okay, I'll just say it. So I don't know if somebody is kind of like praying to their ancestors for guidance. That's one thing that comes to mind. There might be something, because I mean, I've said that Capricorn can be about legacy as well. So somebody might be considering their legacy or the legacy of their family or ancestors, and where they fit into that in terms of their own identity. Like, there's a few different ways that can go. Like, somebody might be considering, if they've kind of gone on a different path from what their family or ancestors did, they might be thinking about going back to that. And that might feel more authentic now. They're like, I want to return to that because it feels more authentic. You might want to move away from that. There may be something about your ancestors or your cultures or your family's legacy that has had an impact on you that you want to break old patterns potentially. But let's see what tarot cards come up for you here. Somebody might just in general be really interested in history at the moment, like anthropology, archaeology, family history, genealogy, that sort of thing. Wow, okay, yeah, I think I know which this is more along the lines of. Yeah, so everything I said still stands. However, the tarot cards look more like somebody... Well, no, yeah, it still stands. It's somebody wanting to break free from something that doesn't feel right anymore, to choose something different, to be honest, with the cards that are here. As you've got Eight of Swords, imprisonment. I mean, that is where you feel restricted and trapped. Sometimes it's old thought patterns. So, as I said, if somebody's trying to break free from certain traditions or a certain legacy, they might now, Eight of Cups quest, be wanting to leave that behind because it doesn't feel authentic anymore. It doesn't feel right, and pursue a new path. You've got Two of Pentacles, flexibility. It feels like trying something new, trying something different. But again, it still could be that maybe you've gone on a completely different path from your family or ancestors, and again, it's wanting to return back to your roots. Like maybe you felt disconnected, but now you want to return back to your roots. So it could go both ways. But let's look at ancestors. Or when I say roots as well, it's not even just what your family has done previously. It could be an old version of yourself, to be honest, because ancestors are generations, aren't they? It's not just the most recent one. So there might even, for some people, there might be something deeply spiritual that you're connecting into the energy of far back ancestors. You know, like you say, if there was a spiritual practice or gift that you have and you're tapping into that, and that's from ancestors from way back, and you're like, that feels authentic, I want to get back into that. So anyway, let's read the message for you. So it says, the obstacles you are experiencing are connected to the past. I've already said that. You're holding on way too tightly. Now is the right time to finally let go. Remember those who have walked before you, and understanding their ways will help you to release any hurts and pains. Right, I will say it because if I don't say it now, I'm gonna forget. Generational trauma, that's a possibility of something that someone's trying to move away from as well. Generational trauma. Right, healing and ancestral lines will enable you to break free and step into the freedom your soul yearns for, to be whole and complete. Remembrance asks you to honor the ancestors for those who lived their lives trusting in and recognizing and interacting with the spirits of the land and living in accordance with the magical law of nature. Right, I'm going to have to interrupt because I've noticed that with the other readings, if I don't say what I'm thinking straight away, it just goes. So one of the things somebody could be trying is, because it said this, you know, like if along the lines of somebody living off grid or something, or simplifying their life, like having a completely different way of living, that comes to mind with this as well. Right, anyway. Call upon their wisdom to assist you in awakening to the magic of the old ways, of the days when nature was respected and the natural balance in all things was ensured. Remember too who you are and where you have come from, and honor yourself for never giving up as you walk in the footsteps of the ancestors. And the witch's foresight says you have a strong ancestral lineage. Never forget who's played a big part in your life. Light a candle in remembrance of the ancestors. Someone from your past turns up. You are watched over by a deceased loved one. Resolve a past life issue. I literally have nothing to add to that. I said so much in the beginning that it just still stands what I said, to be honest. So yeah, I will leave your message there, Sagittarius. Well, the only thing I will add actually is in terms of strategy and setting, if you're wanting to set new intentions, knowing what you need to free yourself from, contemplating what you want to free yourself from, and if you have an idea of what you want to go towards as well, or even just being open to trying different things, that's a key in terms of strategizing here. But yeah, other than that, I'll leave your message there. Thank you for watching. Take care. So welcome back, Capricorn. I mean, as the new moon is in your sign, and it is, yes, it is presently Capricorn season. It is? Yes, it is. Just having to think back now. As I said, I kept getting dates mixed up and stuff in the last month or so. But yeah, as it's in your sign, it might be quite big for you. But let's see what your messages are. So the messages here are going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. You might want to consider this as something you need to be aware of, to pay attention to. It could be guidance, or it could be something to help you set intentions. And as I said in the collective messages, the key theme seems to be strategy. Yep, that's correct. So you've got wand, intention, and you have embolic, awakening. So I will leave the wand intention message, or I'll have a brief look in the book actually when I get to that, just to see if there are any key points. It is mainly just about setting intentions, to be honest, but I will read the awakening one. Let's get you some tarot cards as well. You could be potentially awakening to desiring new intentions or having new intentions. Yeah, you've got the Seven of Cups there, which they consider as illusions. But let's see what else comes out for you. Whatever your intentions were before, yeah, you might be rethinking them possibly. But let's see what else comes up for you. Right, I feel these are meant to be all upright. So you've got the Lover. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. What I just said, basically, what I just said, considering new intentions, what you really want, because as I say, Seven of Cups, it can be confusion, it can be delusions, it can be considering if the dream, that the options and dreams in front of you or aspirations are worth pursuing. The Lovers, it's choosing what you love, isn't it? Hopefully. And then the Hermit is introspection. So it's a bit of soul searching, figuring out what you want. So right, let's get into the book. So with that wand intention, so your strategy at this point in time, I would say, a bit of soul searching and introspection is like the main thing. That would be your strategy. It's like, I don't know if you are in a position, I mean, I know Capricorns are always in a position, like with being Capricorn energy, to strategize, but it may be just one specific thing, actually. It could even be relationships for some people because the Lovers is there, but there might be just one particular part of your life where you're reconsidering what you really want. So for that, with that particular thing, you might not be exactly at the point of setting out a specific plan right now. It's just assessing what you don't want and what you do want, what feels real to you. So as I said, let's look at the wand. I mean, that is part of the strategy, isn't it? Knowing what you don't want helps you to know what you do want. Oh, you know, I'm going to have to read this message. It's relevant. It is very relevant to what I just said. It's not that long, to be honest. Let's see. I'm only going to read that bit. It says, you're making things too difficult. Instead of looking at what everyone else is doing, hone your own talents. There's no point in comparing yourself to others and worrying that you aren't as good. The path you walk is yours alone. The intentions in your heart and mind lead the way. Wave your wand and allow the magic to unveil the criticism that cloaks your senses. Let magic shower over you and see through the eyes of the wisdom keeper. The ability to concentrate fully on your intention without interruption is the single most important faculty a witch can achieve in order to assure the intended magical outcome. Practice this art so that you can use your wand with the utmost clear intention and focused concentration. By doing so, you will eventually find that most of your magical work is completed before you even begin. So going back to some of the stuff I mentioned in the original intro and collective messages about in relation to this, reassessing your intentions, is that whole thing about identity and what defines us. It speaks in here of comparisons to others. Obviously, I spoke about the higher vibration and lower vibration things with Capricorn. And obviously there was a thing about, with the mention of comparing yourself to others here, there's a thing about status that comes to mind. And that being something that you feel defines you, like whatever you're choosing, are you doing it because it's what your heart really wants, or because of the way it makes you look or be perceived, like the public image side of Capricorn? I mean, the public image thing is not good or bad, it just is what it is. But obviously, if you're choosing to portray yourself in a certain way, are you happy to do things that are inauthentic to you just to seem a certain way, or do you want to do something that your heart actually really wants? You know, so it's taking that into consideration. Right, it says, decide what it is you really want, make your intentions clear, focus on your visions, practice concentration, make a decision and focus on the outcome you desire, craft your own wand, use intentions with harm to none, beware of the intentions of others. So that might be something, beware of the intentions with others as well, where that delusions card comes up. Because if you are someone who is in a frame of mind where you were doing things more because of image or something, or status or something like that, then there is a strong possibility of attracting people who are on that same wavelength, aren't they? That aren't necessarily genuine, and then it's an illusion, isn't it? Like, say, well, there's a couple of examples I could give. So, you know, if you chose a specific, I can't even talk now, specific job just because it looked good on paper, rather than because it was what you really wanted. It's just like, oh, well, if I do this, it's going to make me look good and everybody will respect me, blah, blah, blah. Then you may not necessarily be happy in that job because you're not doing it because you really love it. Or, you know, like, especially in celebrity relationships, I can imagine a lot of celebrities get together with people because it looks good. I mean, I'm sure we've probably all heard stories about celebrities where it's more like a publicity stunt, isn't it? Like, they look good together, should I say. But there might not even be a genuine relationship there. It's just because it looks good together. So just consider things like that. Let's quickly look at the awakening message as well and see what that has to say. As I said, it might be awakening to what you really want. So embolic awakening, if I can actually find it. It says, new desires, okay, what you really want. New desires are presenting themselves to you as you awaken to opportunities that were once unfamiliar to you. These beckon you now to explore as you become more in tune with the magic and mystery of nature. As you become aware of this awakening, you will begin to notice synchronicities such as chance meetings with like-minded people or animals that cross your path. The ancient mystics worked with the cycle of nature and recognized that when we operate in this way, we receive all that we need to survive abundantly. Everything that you are feeling is entirely natural. Your wishes and desires to powerfully evolve and live. Oh, this is confusing. As your authentic self have brought these changes in you. Okay. Imbalik opens new doorways for you, and what no longer serves you will fall away naturally. This is an auspicious time, for you are becoming truly alive and awakening the true witch within, who now stirs from a deep slumber. And the witch's foresight says this is a time of new growth, a good time to purify your thoughts, actions, and diet. This is a great time to seed fresh ideas. Become in tune with your body's cycles. Dream big, draw on your maiden aspect of the triple goddess. Wake up. Yeah, what I just said, basically. You may be aware of this already, to be honest, and in the process of trying to figure it all out in your head. But if you're not, it's here for you. But that's your message, and thank you for watching. Welcome back, Aquarius. So we're going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards deck for you, first of all. The messages are for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. As I said in the main intro, collective messages, these messages are something that you may need to be, it's something that you may need to be aware of, pay attention to. It could be guidance, or it can be something that can help you to set intentions for the new moon. And with the Capricorn new moon, one of the key themes that came up in the collective messages was strategy. So let's see what you get. Right, you have, God, you've got 3 messages, and I do feel like they are all, because they fell so dramatically, it feels relevant. This one, oh my God, this has come out so many times, Watchtower of the South. I've said in the previous signs that because I don't use this deck very often, I can never remember what the Watchtower of the South, North and East mean, and West. But because it's come up so many times now, I kind of have an idea. Right. So I feel like this one needs to be in the middle, to be honest, this Chalice one. I'm not really going to read this. I'm probably not going to read the Chalice card or the Watchtower of the South card, because these are pretty simple, but I will look at this one. So you've got Fulfillment, Chalice. That's like Ace of Cups energy. The Watchtower of the South, it is fire energy. It speaks of desires. I will briefly look in the book for that one again. Read it so many times today. And I'll look at the Air Imagination card. I mean, that is air energy, isn't it? Let's get you some tarot cards as well to let us know what we need to know about these messages. What do we need to know? That almost felt like 3 already. No, it's 2. We'll get 1 more for you. So you've got the 10 of Swords, the Justice. Oh, I like the from the 10 to the 11. Even though, like, I know that's minor arcana, that's major arcana, but that's good. And it's funny how the Justice card, excuse me, the Justice card is under the Fulfillment card. So that is where you kind of get what you, emotional justice, don't you? Emotional satisfaction, fulfillment. The Swords card is under the Air card. That's quite interesting. If a Fire card is here, then that's going to be quite amusing, won't it? But let's see. All right, you have the 5 of Wands. No. Okay. I was mentally asking myself, does that feel right? And it said no, because that one fell on my lap. Although I will say, with that 5 of Wands, wasn't it? If there has been any conflict with anyone or anything like that in whatever capacity, I think it might be an end to that. It might be an end to that, and you may have learned some really valuable lessons about a person specifically, about a situation, or just overall with that situation. Like, it's like you've come out for the better, although there is a painful ending here with the 10 of Swords, or can be a painful ending, but you just learned something really important from that. Right, we've got the Wheel there now. Look, see, you've got 2 10s and an 11. Okay, that's odd. Just bear with me, the battery is going. I keep forgetting to recharge when needed. Bear with me. Right, Aquarius, we're back. So let's just have a look at the cards again. Yeah, so as I said, it looks like something may have ended. Well, something has ended with the Ten of Swords there, and the Wheel of Fortune as well. But as I say, it looks like it's for the best in a way. Whatever that's ended, it's for the best, or you've come out, as I said, with valuable lessons, or there's just something valuable or beneficial that's come from an ending for you here, and things can change. I'd say things can change for the better. I mean, especially with that fulfillment card there, the Ace of Cups energy, changes for the better. Something may have been over, but there's changes for the better here. With that Watchtower of the South card, again, it is a card of passion, desire, abundance, rewards. It almost feels like a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, obviously, after winter, when everything's like all the crops might have died and everything, and then you go into some, well, obviously you have spring first, but then when you get into summer, that's when everything it's kind of like harvest time, isn't it? Or when everything is at full bloom, if you want to put it that way. But let's look at that imagination card as well. So air, imagination. I think the only thing I can say in terms of intentions before I even read the air card, and we'll see what comes up, is embrace the change. I think is the key thing as a strategy. Embrace the change. But let's see what the air card says. I mean, obviously take what you've learned, but embrace the change. Right, so the power of air sweeps through your imagination, urging you to believe what you see. For you have been blessed with second sight. Strange shapes in the sky, vivid colours as you close your eyes, sighting repetitive signs and symbols all confirm your natural clairvoyance. A canny gift for a witch indeed, so disregard your doubts about your ability of clear seeing, for these fears blow you off course. I'm going to have to say it because, as I've said through all of the readings, if I don't say what I'm thinking straight away, I completely forget. If whatever's ended, if you've had doubts about it and thought, oh my God, this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened, or even if it's just minor doubts like, oh God, I'm not sure if this is the best thing, it's almost a reassurance that it's all for the best. That's the impression I'm getting here. Clairvoyance and stuff aside, it's just sort of a saying it's for the best. Right, so it says, so disregard your doubts about your ability of clear seeing, for these fears blow you off course. So like trusting in your intuition, like if you had to make a decision to end something, trust that that was right. Instead, stand firm in the eye of the storm and know that your visions are valid, for your imagination is the gateway to real magic and beckons a world you have been longing to discover. Call upon the spirits of air to enhance your creativity and meditation abilities and to stimulate your mind as you light incense. As you light incense, a yellow candle, and face the direction of the east. This is a great time for fertility as air blows you in the direction of new beginnings, so throw caution to the wind and watch as your visions manifest into reality. If you like vision boards and stuff like that, that may be useful for you at this time. If you're embracing change and wanting to have a new beginning, that might be useful. Or just your imagination in general, just using your imagination to kind of choose your path and strategize. That could be your strategies, using your imagination. So throw caution to the wind and watch as your visions manifest into reality. Witch's Foresight says, work with the element of air to still the mind. Meditate daily, start a new project, trust your second sight, write, paint or draw. Get outside, hear the wind, take long walks or skydive. I would say that all of those things could be considered as strategies to help you move forward. I'll just read this last bit because I'm seeing that it looks quite relevant. Air revealed, it says, as the dawn awakes in the east, air calls us to breathe in this sacred element as a focus of communication, movement and knowledge. Air is the element of new life and possibilities. Air reflected through the four winds carries our thoughts and dreams, binding them together as one force of visualization and focus. Visualization might be like sometimes you can either read up on techniques or you can get MP3 downloads, or you can watch YouTube videos that have visualization things in them. I think I've used them before actually. I didn't do too well. I'm just not good with meditation. I can't sort of still the mind properly, or I either fall asleep and go into a proper deep sleep, or I just can't clear my mind, so I can't really win with meditation, to be honest. So yeah, Is there anything else I need to add? I just want to quickly look at that chalice card and see if there's any key points in the book. But I think, as I say, it's pretty much Ace of Cups energy. Oh, okay. I am going to have to read this. I'm sorry, but it's more than an Ace of Cups. More than an Ace of Cups. So yeah, this might be important as well. So it says, you have a deep thirst to connect with the magic of the old ways. The overflowing desire to remember and awaken runs through your veins and speaks to your very soul. Your quest has led you to scour the pages of books in order to learn of rituals, spells, properties of herbs, and the traditional ways of yesteryear. The idea of covens, to be initiated into the power of a group of like-hearted others, stirs your interest, and yet your natural solitary side encourages you to step away from the views and opinions of others, to take your own path towards that which you seek. Drink from the chalice that stands before you, for your search is almost over. Instead of seeking all that you require elsewhere, chalice shows you that the fulfillment you seek is and always has been inside you. You are the one true vessel that is waiting to be filled. Now drink. So actually, it is Ace of Cups. It's about filling your own cup, isn't it? What fills your cup? What is in your cup? What do you have to give? Emotionally, this little bit here, it says, your search is a form of procrastination. So if you've been searching for fulfillment, it's a form of procrastination. Be open to spirit and follow your intuition. You're nearly there, don't quit. Something that has been missing will turn up. You will receive an unexpected visitor. Work with the element of water. Check in with your emotions. Drink more water. So I think I will leave that there. In terms of changes for the better, part of this could be about letting go of procrastination, actually. That's one thing that comes to mind. And then embracing changes, what fills your cup. That can help you as well in terms of imagine what fills your cup, and that will help you to move forward too. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm going to leave your message there, Aquarius. Thank you for watching. Take care. Welcome back, Pisces. So we're going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck. The messages are for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon in Capricorn on Thursday, the 11th of January. As I said in the main intro and collective messages, the message may be something you need to be aware of, to pay attention to. It could be guidance, or it can be something that can help you to set intentions for the new moon if you want to do that. But let's see what you get. And as I said, the key theme, one of the key themes with the new moon in Capricorn was strategy. We will take, right, you've got, well, I'm not going to take this one. We've got two here though. So you've got Secret, Book of Shadows Secret and Cauldron Containment. So we'll look at those. Let me just get you some tarot cards as well. So what do we need to know about the Secret and Containment? There's almost an energy of protection, and strangely, okay, I'm just going to look on the bottom of the deck. Was it Hex? Hex, it was the Hex card. There might be something about protection here. But let's see. Let's see what comes up in the tarot cards. So you've got, wow. You've got the Eight of Swords, imprisonment. You've got the Page of Swords, inspection. What else? Nope. Try that again. Anything else for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon? And you have the, oh God, yep, Seven of Swords, treachery. I'll say it, it's kind of giving the truth will set you free energy because of all of the cards that are here, to be frank. So you've got the Eight of Swords, but it's in reverse. I mean, they've called it imprisonment. So reversed for me, that is where you're free, where you're freed from whatever mentally has been restricting you. I don't know if somebody's held something back from you or kept information from you or a secret from you and it's gonna come out or has come out. We've got the Seven of Swords there, which if you've watched any of my readings before, you know that the first meaning, I don't automatically go to the lies, deceit, etc. But with these cards, maybe. to be honest. And then you've got the Page of Swords inspection. So that's investigation. That's finding out information, isn't it? So it does almost make me think that you may have found, could be finding something out, or need to know something, or have found something out that's been kept from you. Possibly you could be keeping secrets too. Maybe there's something you need to let out, possibly. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's, I don't know, it depends on the circumstances. I mean, sometimes it's that we need to be more honest about something ourselves, and then if we're more open about something, then other people can be more honest with us. But obviously it depends on your individual circumstances. But let's read the messages from the book, and then we'll see if anything else comes to mind. I mean, as I say, protection. You might need to tell the truth as a way of protecting yourself, to be honest. That might be something. If it's not somebody who's kept something from you, you telling the truth might protect you. But let's see. So I've got Book of Shadow, Secret. It says, the knowledge you possess runs deeper than you think. You have the information you need to move forward. Allow the answers to shine forth, and you will gain all the knowledge you need to help you on your journey. You are the wise one, the wisdom keeper, and the Book of Shadows opens its pages to you as an invitation. So you may be needing to find something out that you don't know to free yourself, in whatever capacity that is. It could just be knowledge, information. As I say, there could be a connection to someone keeping something from you. So it says, you are the wise one, the wisdom keeper, and the Book of Shadows opens its pages to you as an invitation, which I just said. You must document the secrets that you hold in your heart. Your thoughts, dreams, and ideas will flow as you unlock every intimate detail. As you put quill to parchment in what century? It doesn't say in what century. I'm just thinking in what century. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, I like the way they put quill to parchment instead of just pen and paper. But anyway, that's cool. Your wise words are the key to unlocking that which has been preventing you from walking your true path in its fullest capacity. This Book of Shadows is all you can trust in at this time. It shall hold only that which is your truth, including your magical name, never to share with others. So writing could be important for someone here. Also, it could just be something about being inauthentic, to be honest, and needing to discover more about yourself and who you are. That comes to mind as well. Because sometimes for me, the Seven of Swords can be associated with like a lack of authenticity as well. Right, it says, play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Yeah, be careful of that. If needed, be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your Book of Shadows. Trust in it. So let's move on to the cauldron energy now. It says, whilst you are bubbling over with anticipation to share, to share with the world. God, somebody got a similar, was it Leo that got a similar message to this? I can't remember who it was, about needing to protect their ideas. But anyway, whilst you are bubbling over with anticipation to share with the world, you are advised to keep a lid on things, for the time to come out is not yet right. That which you hold within is to be contained for a while longer. So for now, just allow all that you know and feel to simmer gently. Boiling over will not serve you, and you just may get your fingers burnt. Instead, Cauldron asks that you use this as a time for nurturing and preparation. The feast is promised, although newly acquired ingredients that have not yet been presented to you need to be first stirred into the pot. Only when you add these fresh additions you will be ready. Be patient, for the signal to move forward will appear in good time. Only then, my dear, can you serve up that which the world will be ready and willing to accept. And in the Witch's Foresight says there is some important information missing. Someone is hiding something from you. Don't make your move until you have all the details. Harness and nurture your natural gifts. The world is not ready for what you have to offer. Wait until the time is right. So the protection being the very first thing that I said, yeah, it may be more relevant to protect your ideas. So where I said you may have to be more honest with someone, I don't do this very often, but yeah, that might not be it. Actually, it might be more along the lines of protection and you finding information out if someone's keeping anything from you. I mean, if it is authenticity related, you'll know if that's what's relevant to you. But even if it is about that, it could be more that even if you are not being authentic and you need to be more yourself, it just might be a case of protecting yourself with that for the time being. And, you know, like if you needed time to get to know yourself before you sort of share everything with the whole world, that kind of energy. Do I have anything to add to that? Not really. Hopefully that makes sense for you. I'll leave your message there. So, yep, that's it. Thank you for watching, Pisces.